All right, so let me get this straight. Charges could be dismissed on James Comey, and now the Epstein files are going to be released. Does any of this make sense to you all? Maybe I can help you. And by the way, folks, let me tell you, alternative media right now is crawling with sellouts and shills. I'm going to tell you that right now. And I can't believe what I'm watching. This garbage that's coming out on alternative media. This is as bad as the mainstream now. It has gotten that bad, if not worse. Agitators and sellouts everywhere, folks. I'm telling you that, just letting you know right now, it's like something I've never seen. I didn't think it could get as bad as mainstream. It's worse. It's worse. So, just letting you know that right now. Folks, hit the notifications button. Hit the notification. Share this far and wide. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff for me. Help you navigate through the matrix of hell. Also, Venmo, 𝗵𝗻𝗏1977. 𝗵𝗻𝗏1977. If you appreciate me, I appreciate you. Absolutely. You all know I'm going through the hardest time of my life right now. It's tough. My dad has made it into the next level of rehab. The fact that he's pulled through this far, I can't believe it. Nobody can believe it. So every day's a gift. Every moment's a gift. I don't know how long I have with them. I got to make it every day, every moment count. So that's what I'm doing. When the lights go out on Amazon, leave an honest review. This book I wrote on my iPhone with my thumb. I got tendonitis in my thumb. You know, it's sad to see what's happening to boxing right now. Jake Paul is basically just a mockery of the sport. It's a joke. But when that's the biggest name, I saw kids on Halloween dressing up as Jake Paul. And when that's the biggest name in boxing, there's a problem, okay? There's a problem. It's a sinking ship. Oscar De La Hoya is going down with the ship. He thinks that he's going to revitalize boxing to the way it used to be. It's never going to be the way it used to be. Dana White's coming in, trying to hijack the sport and take away the Muhammad Ali Act. I mean, I'm kind of watching everything. It's kind of crazy how all things are happening at once with not just American politics, but boxing, entertainment industry. It's like the old system's crumbling down, and then you got someone like Jake Paul coming in and just making a mockery out of the sport. And folks, I'm going to tell you right now, that guy, at best, he's a C- D+ fighter, picking his fights, cherry picking his fights, putting in outrageous clauses in the contracts. He's a fucking joke. All right, he's a joke. A lot of people ask me what I think about him. He's a fucking joke. He's a joke. And it's sad to see that boxing has to resort to that ass clown. I'm just going to say that right now. Folks, also the Mexican Mix, my mom's book, The Mexican Mix. Please leave an honest review on that as well. It really helps out. And get your collagen. Got to look good. Got to look good. In a recent clinical trial this year, women who took 2.5 grams of collagen peptides daily for 8 weeks saw an average of 25% reduction in eye wrinkle depth, a 9% improvement in skin elasticity, and a 29% look in skin hydration, proving collagen can visibly strengthen and rejuvenate skin from within. This is why I use today's sponsor, BioTrust Ageless Multi-Collagen, and I'm obsessed with the results it's giving my skin. Hey. BioTrust Ageless Multi-Collagen helps supercharge my skin's health using 5 premium types of collagen needed to help reduce wrinkles. I've noticed smoother skin, more elasticity, more hydration, fewer fine lines, and a youthful glow. Plus, it helps improve my joint health, bone strength, and connective tissues on top of my skin health. I can't say that my workouts have gotten better, but I'm doing all kinds of stuff here. I'm doing tons of stuff. Red light therapy, this and that, IGF, collagen, all of it. I use all of it. For a limited time, you can grab a BioTrust Ageless Multi-Collagen for 51% off right now. Hit the link below. Plus, you'll also receive a VIP live health and fitness coaching for life, a free ebook titled The 14 Foods of Amazing Skin, and a 60-day satisfaction guarantee and express shipping with your order. So get on it, folks, and start looking young again. You only have one life. You have one life. You should invest in your health. That's the way I see it now. I had to quit drinking. I had to quit the drugs. I had to quit all the stuff I was on, and then I started going into this new healthy, positive direction in my life, and I'm feeling a lot better. I got to say it. I'm feeling a lot better. General's Tent is going to be fire. That's tomorrow. The General's Tent with General McInerney, Mary Fanning, General McInerney, and General Vallely are coming on tomorrow to discuss the deep state war and take your questions on what the hell's going on. And they are very much involved. So this is going to be one hell of a general's tent. It's 50% off right now. So I'm doing a Black Friday sale, 50% off all annuals on Nino'sCorner.tv right now for a limited time. There's the Sancho Claus. As you can see, Sancho's bringing you the best Christmas ever. So, yeah, 50% off right now. Also, X's Nino Boxer, patriotwear.com. Get yourself a Sancho Claus shirt. Sancho for Presidente. It's all there on Patriot. Nino'sCorner.tv. Wano savings up there right now. Great video talking about the James Comey dismissal of charges. Did he work a secret deal? Boy, oh boy. This is a great video. And guess what, folks? I have 𝗬𝗏𝗏 coming on. I'm going to air that on YouTube. He says he was right about the shutdown. Okay, so we're giving him that. Point, basket, slam dunk. Slam dunk on that one. But is he right about all the other predictions or things that he's been briefed on? We'll find out. He gives three very powerful dates, and that's on Nino'sCorner.tv. That's going to go up tomorrow after I air the YouTube video. December 17th, January 15th, and March of 2026 are three very powerful dates. Let's see what happens. So on Nino'sCorner.tv, he explains this and goes into detail about it. So it's going to be pretty damn epic. So 107, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏, Alpha Warrior and Joshua Reed are coming on. Ryan Mata's coming on. Everett Triplets coming on, talking about an EMP that could potentially hit America. They'll blame it on a solar flare. But if you ask 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏, he says we're getting hit with gamma rays. Our solar system is getting hit by gamma rays. Governments know about this and are preparing. Not only preparing for how the Earth is going to react to these Earth changes, extinction level events they're anticipating, but also alien contact. Okay, is what he says. Now, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, and his name is not said like that, but I'm saying that the American white 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, his great uncle was the first president of the Soviet Union. His cousin was the KGB creator. He created the KGB, and so Stewart has those ties, and he gets briefed all the time with people within the government. There's a lot of friends in there that are telling him how these events are going down, and that's why when he was right on the money on the ending of the government shutdown. He was right on the money. So let's hear what he has to say. That's going to be on Nino'sCorner.tv and YouTube, but the good stuff's on Nino'sCorner.tv. I also have Darius Wright and Leo Zagami coming on, and also another Ringside with Nino on the 26th. And without further ado, folks, you might want to turn it down or turn it up, baby. Let's go. Yeah. Coming at you live from the apocalypse, baby. Yeah. All right, here we go. Democrats are doubling down. Now, this whole time that we've been watching this theater play out, we've been seeing them just attack Trump left and right with, he's on the list, he's on the list, he's on the list. Get Trump, go after Trump. Article after article after article of Trump being affiliated with Jeffrey Epstein. That's all we've been seeing. But, big but here. Is he baiting them? Is he getting them to demand the Epstein list? Is this cat and mouse? I happen to think it is. But another thing, if the list or the files come out, expect massive redactions. It'll be redacted for national security. So what's a bigger national security risk? Because from what I understand, the names on there, it's everybody. Okay, it's everyone. So that is a national security risk that could upend and to completely annihilate the government. And let's not forget the people that'll take it into their own hands, lynch mobs, that'll go out and start stalking celebrities, politicians. It'll bring complete chaos. So will there be select names that are shown on the files? I expect a big nothing burger as always. Don't get too excited for this. I'm telling you now, don't get too excited about this. But I'm also asking the question, is there affiliation? Is there a relation to James Comey potentially having his charges dismissed and the Epstein released? Is it move and counter move, or did he work a secret deal? Now, from my understanding, which Juan talks about on Nino'sCorner.tv, he may have worked a secret deal. which means all this now could be an avalanche coming to the deep state's doorstep. So here we go. It's going to start. And now the Democrats are also putting out propaganda, a lot of this. I put it on my X, about how the military should disobey orders from the Trump administration. This is crazy. Talk about sedition much? So something big is coming. Something very big is coming. So now it looks like it's about to be game time. And I say this all the time. I know. I'm always like, get ready, hurry up, stop. Get ready, hurry up, stop. Trump has demanded the release of the Epstein files, and Democrats now have their feet in their mouths. They really don't know what's coming. From my understanding, from the people that I talk to, they don't know what's going to be in there. They're all petrified. They're terrified. They're not sleeping at night. They don't know what's going to be in there. They're calling each other. Their phones are being tracked and traced. Oh, what do you think? Are you scared? Are you going to talk? Well, what do you think's coming? What do you think they're going to do? Do you think it's going to be redacted? All of it's being tracked and traced right now. Okay? They're all being looked up. They're all being looked at right now with a big microscope up their ass. And they're terrified. And you know who else is terrified? Hollywood. Hollywood's terrified. They all got their feet in their mouths. Now we're back on the oh shit train. We're not sleeping. They thought it was over. They all thought it was over. It's not over. It's never going to be over. And from my understanding, these names will come out at blocks of names at certain times, is the way it was told to me. So they all felt really safe for a little while, didn't they? But not anymore. Not anymore. I believe this was all part of the plan. And I've been on record saying this. I'm going down with the ship, folks. I've been saying this since 5 years ago, since my viral video that went, that video I made that went viral in 2020. I've been saying it since then. It's all coming. It's all scheduled to come. There's no way out of this. Like they say, like that letter in the alphabet, they have it all. They have it all. The release is coming. So what's in the works right now? Let's discuss what's in the works right now. The Epstein release, which I believe this one that's coming will be redacted. There might be some good stuff on it, but I think most of it's going to be redacted for national security purposes. What's a bigger national security threat? I guess the complete government going into shambles or predators walking among us, targeting your kids. So the Epstein release, strikes in Venezuela are coming. Narco-terrorist retaliation probably going to happen here in America. That is why Trump is putting troops in certain states. Actually, they're in all states, but he's getting ahead of the ball because he knows once we declare war on the narco-terrorists, guess what? Game on. Cells will be activated in America. To what degree? I don't know. That's why they're doing raids right now and taking down, kicking in doors and taking down people, because the heads of the organizations, they know who all these people are, and they're getting ahead of the ball and taking them down. That's the main bulk of the ICE raids right now. Are the big violent terrorist organizers and head honchos, from my understanding. So that's who they're taking down right now. So more troop deployment in states is coming. Protests and riots are expected to pick up like we've never seen before. And that'll be just your average liberal next door. More ICE raids, possibly Dearborn, Michigan is going to get hit really hard, from my understanding. Now, 𝗬𝗏 talked about this as well on Nino'sCorner.tv. And like I said, that's going to be up tomorrow. You don't want to miss that. You do not want to miss that. Folks, all annuals are 50% off right now. So you're paying practically nothing to get a dose of Nino. Yeah. Also, Trump should be declaring a national emergency soon. That's expected. The timing of that, I'm not sure when that is. So could be this year, could be early next spring. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I just know that's what's in the works. Also, an executive order regarding safe elections. That's also coming. So all of this is coming down the pipeline, and the Democrats are trying to get ahead of the ball the best they can. by putting out videos, commercials of CIA, top officials, military generals, and all this, saying not to obey Trump's orders. This is real. It's coming out. Yeah, 6 Democrats urge military members to refuse illegal orders in viral video. Hegseth responds. This is wild. What I never thought I'd ever see sedition. And I guess that's what we call it, right? I mean, so Juan says, no, this is pure. This is legal. You should disobey orders you don't agree with that go against the Constitution, but identify the orders. Identify what orders these are. They're not. They're just saying disobey. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. It's going to get interesting, folks. This is getting crazy. It's getting wild. So they're putting out propaganda for the military to defy and disobey orders. Do you want to play that a little bit, Alex? Just a little bit so people can hear it.
Former CIA officer.
Former Navy.
Former paratrooper and Army Ranger.
Former intelligence officer.
Former Air Force.
We want to speak directly to members of the military
and the intelligence community
who take risks each day
to keep Americans safe.
We know you are under enormous stress and pressure right now.
Americans trust their military.
But that trust is at risk.
This administration is pitting our uniformed military
and intelligence community professionals
against American citizens.
like
All right,
us.
you can stop right there,
You
Alex.
all
Basically, yeah, they're saying that you don't need to obey these orders. You can refuse to obey these orders, which means what? This could ignite a friggin' civil war. No doubt about it. No doubt about that at all. And that's what they're trying to ignite. This is crazy. I can't believe we're living in these times. But it's going to get, you can refuse illegal orders. Identify the orders. Identify what the orders are that are illegal. Is it just whatever in someone's mind? If they just don't feel right about it, they're going to be like, ooh, I don't know. I don't know what gender I feel like today. And geez, I don't like those orders he's giving me. So I'm going to say, no, officer, not me. I'm not doing it. Is that what's going on here? Whatever they create in their mind, like they're not identifying the orders. They're not identifying the orders. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up this ship, they're saying. Wow. I can't believe we're here. So, folks, we are getting close. I know all of you can feel it. It's in the air. The air is thick. It's in the air. Like Phil Collins says, it's in the air tonight. Oh, yeah. Here it comes. 𝗬𝗏 was correct on the exact date when the government would reopen. He stated on Nino'sCorner.tv that the next 12 months will be volatile, so buckle up. So, break views to appear for more depositions regarding Jeffrey Epstein per Representative Luna. This could get interesting because this could lead to arrests from what I'm hearing. So, they don't want to appear for their depositions, and now this could lead to arrest from what I'm being told. I've also always been told, and you know my guests say this, that there's a certain timing this has to happen, specifically October. I don't know. You all decide on that. I'm not sure, to be quite honest with you. I think any time is a good time to get Hillary, to be quite honest. 𝗬𝗏 also said that his son runs a private jet airlines, and then he said that flies on this airlines, and that has stated to his son that he's separated because she's getting ready to be arrested, is what allegedly he said. So that's very interesting. So I'm getting bits and pieces everywhere I can, folks. National security blocks Epstein files release. When Congress votes tomorrow, which I think is today, I think they're voting today, on a bill they think that they will pry loose the Jeffrey Epstein files, one glaring loophole will prevent full transparency. It's called national security. Not national security that has anything to do with national defense or harm to the nation, but the self-serving kind that protects the system from the people by depriving them of information. In this case, about Jeffrey Epstein, his 1,000 plus victims, according to the government. Another thing you all need to understand here that's very important. Ghislaine Maxwell, that's who's in jail right now. Gee, could she have been Jeffrey's handler? Who was her father? Oh, Robert Maxwell. Wait a minute. Huh. Could they have been controlling Jeffrey? Could the real criminal be in jail right now, giving him a lot of information? Could Ghislaine have been Jeffrey Epstein's handler, not just his girlfriend, but handling Jeffrey? Could that have been the real story here? Inquiring minds want to know. I tend to think yes. So Epstein, with his 1,000 plus victims, according to the government, and any accomplices he had, with 89% of them Americans, in agreement with the Justice Department, should release all the information about Epstein. The message is clear. National security is more important than democracy, is what they're saying here in this article. Take a look at Congress' long-shot attempt to force the release of the government's records, led by Reps Ro Khanna and Thomas Massie, a seemingly innocuous word that appears in the resolution, unclassified. So, like I said, get ready for this stuff to come out, but it will be redacted due to national security. Interesting. It's going to get good, folks, and expect very soon weapons hot strikes in Venezuela with more troop deployment, with a sweeping executive order regarding elections, and the declaration of a national emergency. I'm telling you, it's going to get good. It's going to get real good. Why Trump doesn't stand a chance of killing the Epstein story? Because Democrats are going to keep going. They're like rabies-infected dogs. They're going to keep going for the kill. So Jeffrey Epstein is the slug who will not die. His trail of slime sticks to everyone who ever crossed his path. The copious accretions have even buried Trump's futile efforts to browbeat MAGA Congress members to vote against the full release of the Epstein files. Well, wait a minute. He wants the Epstein files released. Folks, this is cat and mouse. This is bait and switch. I'm telling you now, he made it to where the Democrats are foaming at the mouth in wanting this, and they're going to find out. They're going to find out Trump has no affiliation with him. He never went to the island. He never went. But who did? Oh, who did? A lot of people that don't want this out, and right now they're trembling in their boots. And it's brilliant if you really think about it. I mean, it's really, really brilliant. It's chess at a master level. He has their teeth and their fangs and claws out, wanting the Epstein list. Give it to us, give it to us, give it to us. They can't help themselves. Trump is on it. Trump is on it. Why didn't they use it in 2016? Because there's nothing there. But now, now we all know what's coming. Trump is going to be vindicated. He's going to be vindicated, and a lot of other people, Democrats, are going to fall really hard. So judge says missteps in James Comey's case could result in charges against him being dismissed. So right after this comes the Epstein thing. Interesting. Move and counter move, or was a deal worked? Now, if you pay attention to my guest, and I'm telling you, folks, the 𝗬𝗏 podcast is going to be fire on Nino'sCorner.tv. A lot of valuable information in this one. He gives the dates, what's expected to happen. He's being debriefed. It's really interesting. So he was right. I don't know if he's going to be right again, but he's got my ears perked up to where I'm listening to him. So a federal judge in Virginia on Monday ordered prosecutors to turn over grand jury materials in the criminal case against James Comey, after finding the government's handling of the case raises genuine issues of misconduct that could result in the charges against the former FBI director being dismissed. Magistrate Judge William Fitzpatrick, Fitzpatrick, I like saying that name, William Fitzpatrick, said that in his ruling that the type of relief Comey's lawyers are seeking is rarely granted, but that the record points to a disturbing pattern of profound investigative missteps that led an FBI agent and a pattern of profound prosecutor to potentially undermine the integrity of the grand jury proceeding. The ruling directs the government to turn over the material to Comey's team by the end of the day. Among the missteps, the judge said he found while reviewing the grand jury proceedings in the case were statements made to the panel by acting U.S. Attorney Lindsay Halligan, a former personal lawyer to President Donald Trump, who had no prior prosecutorial experience. Fitzpatrick said the court identified 2 statements by the prosecutor to the grand jurors that on their own face appear to be fundamental missteps of the law that could compromise the integrity of the grand jury process, he wrote. Oh, this is just getting better and better. The judge further questions Halligan's claim that the government had already shared all the grand jury information available, pointing to what appeared to be gaps in the transcript. So there's a lot of missteps, and it looks like old Jamie boy could be getting off. Yeah. Or will he? Or did he work a deal? Folks, there's so many things happening behind the scenes, which I'm trying to be on top of every day. This has become a full-time thing for me. I mean, I could have gone into commentating boxing. I was commentating fights on television, and I was having an okay time of it. It was boiling to the surface a lot of my old boxing feelings and emotions, and I couldn't take it. I'll be honest with you. This is a lot easier for me to take because boxing brings back it's like watching your ex-wife go screw somebody else. It was a bad marriage, and I just, I still love the sport of boxing, but having to commentate on the sport I did it 100%, and that's all I had. So now commentating on the world stage, this stuff, deep state politics, the deep state war, is a lot easier on my soul, okay? That's why I do it. But it still pisses me off. So the FBI redacted Trump's name in the Epstein files. The Bureau's FOIA team tasked with conducting a final review of the records blacked out the names before higher-ups said last month that releasing the documents would not be appropriate or warranted. Welcome back to the FOIA files. This week, I'm delving into the Jeffrey Epstein saga. We know from news reports that Trump's name was in the Epstein files, but what hasn't been reported is that the FBI FOIA team redacted Trump's name and the names of other prominent public figures from the documents, according to 3 people familiar with the matter who are not authorized to speak with the media. So the media is going to beat the hell out of this like a dead horse. They're going to say Trump was involved, his name's been redacted. The team asked with conducting a final review of the 𝗬𝗏𝗔𝗂𝘁 had applied the redactions before the DOJ and the FBI concluded last month that no further disclosure of the files would be appropriate or warranted. From the government's perspective, Trump was a private citizen when the Epstein investigation took place and therefore is entitled to privacy protections. Oh, boy. Before explaining the government's rationale for blacking out Trump's name, let's recap. Along with aliens and JFK assassination, conspiracy theories surrounding the life and death of convicted sex offender Jeff Epstein have long consumed MAGA. So they really feel like they're going to put this to rest now. They're going to really put MAGA to rest. Epstein avoided federal sex trafficking charges in 2008 when he agreed to plead guilty to state charges in Florida for soliciting prostitution in July 2019, following an investigation by the Miami Herald that also scrutinized the integrity of the government's probe. Epstein was indicted on federal charges of sex trafficking of minors. A month later, he died by self-deleting in his jail cell. I don't know if you all believe that shit. I don't. Federal law enforcement authorities said while awaiting trial. Now, I wonder sometimes if he's still alive and he's given all the information they need. Also, you got to remember, the bigger player in all this, no doubt, is Ghislaine Maxwell. I'm going to tell you that right now. She was the handler. Just look who her dad was. And who did her dad hang out with? Mother Teresa. Oh, yes, Mother Teresa. Now, I'm not saying anything's weird there, but I don't know. It's kind of weird. I'm just saying. Who was around a lot of children? Mother Teresa was around a lot of children. And who is she always with? Ghislaine's dad. That's weird, right? I don't know. Call me crazy. Oh, there they are together. Now, maybe she was being used and she didn't know that. But I think there's something here, folks. That's all I'm saying. Geez. Nino'sCorner.tv is fucking fire. I don't care to say what I say. I don't care. I do not care. I say it the way I fight. I come balls blazing. Jeffrey Epstein's brother says the Bubba mentioned in Trump's oral sex email is not Bill Clinton. The brother of late convicted, I can't say that word, Jeffrey Epstein, Mark Epstein, moved Saturday night to shut down one of the most explosive interpretations circulating around newly released Epstein estate emails, issuing a statement to the Advocate insisting that the now viral Bubba reference in a 2018 exchange with his brother Jeffrey had nothing to do with former President Bill Clinton. The conversation in question was in part of March 2018 back and forth between Jeffrey Epstein and Mark Epstein, released this week under subpoena by the House Oversight Committee. In the exchange, Mark and Jeffrey, who had written that he was with former Trump's advisor Steve Bannon to ask him if Putin has the photos of Trump, bioing Bubba, they call him Bubba, because Clinton was known by the nickname Bubba, questions arose about the Epsteins who they were actually speaking of. In the statement, Epstein said the exchange was being misread entirely. They were simply part of a humorous private exchange between two brothers and were never meant for public release to be interpreted as serious remarks, he wrote. He added, for the avoidance of doubt, the reference to Bubba in the correspondence is not in any way a reference to former President Bill Clinton. So they're alluding here that it could be Trump? It's interesting. This is going to get so damn messy, folks. This is going to get so messy, and it's going to come right at the time. Right at the time more troops are deployed, strikes on Venezuela, and a national emergency is declared with a sweeping executive order. It's all coming. It's all coming. And who else is in trouble? Who's in hot water right now? Well, it's Zelensky, the dancing Zorba, as Ghost likes to call him. Inside the Ukrainian corruption probe, edging closer to Zelensky, he's in trouble. In Ukraine, it was just past 2 a.m. when 𝗬𝗏 crossed the border into Poland last week, a few hours before detectives descended on his Ukraine home as part of the investigation into high-level corruption that has convulsed the war-torn country. Some 70 residences across Ukraine were raided in the operation as part of the criminal investigation in which 5 people were detained. 𝗵𝗏, a former business partner of President Vladimir Zelensky, and one of those officials accused, remains at large outside Ukraine. Was he warned? 𝗬𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗀, director of the National Anti-Corruption Bureau of Ukraine, the independent law enforcement agency which conducted the operation, said in a video interview with Ukraine media, this must be investigated. 𝗵𝗏 couldn't be reached for comment. The corruption allegations have angered Ukrainians enduring wartime hardships and now pose the clearest threat to Zelensky's leadership since Russia's abortive attempt to take Kiev in early 2022. Now, if you believe 𝗬𝗏, now Juan doesn't agree with this. Now Juan says, no, that's not what's happening. But 𝗬𝗏 says superstates are being formed right now. Voter has been defeated. So they're carving the piece of the pie into 3 superstates. China, they're going to get all of Asia. And then you got Russia taking Europe, and then America taking all of this hemisphere. So, do you believe it? I don't know. But the ghetto timer just went off. So a lot of you are going to say, oh, fuck this. I don't want to hear these commercials, but you're going to hear it. Trim with Nino, baby. We've all seen the headlines that talk about Ozempic and similar weight loss shots. But what most people don't realize is this major analysis just found out that people who stopped taking these weight loss injectors gain nearly all their weight back within a year. Damn, that's the catch. These drugs only work while you're on them. They're expensive, and at the moment you stop, your body fights back. Plus, we don't know the long-term effects, folks. This is why I take BioTrust GLP-1 Elevate, and everyone is obsessed with the weight management results I've seen with it. It also helps my body naturally trigger the same hunger-controlling, craving-reducing signals that Ozempic would, but without the needles, prescriptions, or the scary side effects. It also helps promote safety and fullness, helps reduce hunger hormones, supports fat loss instead of muscle loss, and helps maintain healthy blood sugar levels. For a limited time, you can grab a bag of BioTrust GLP-1 Elevate for 40% off only at Trim with Nino, baby. Plus, also receive a 60-day satisfaction guarantee and free express shipping and subscriptions. This stuff works. I'm very pleased with it. It helps me as I fast because I do a lot of fasting, so it helps out. So I've been told from my sources, and you know who they are if you're on ninoscorner.tv. Look, do I claim to know anything? No, but my guests do, and I find that pretty damn interesting. So I lay it out for you all to play it out. I give you the guest for you to make up your own mind. That's how I do this. Now, so there you go. All right, new federal hemp bill signed by Trump. See, I thought hemp had a lot of benefits. I don't understand this. This is weird. I don't know if I'm on board with this. New federal hemp bill signed by Trump will ban almost all THC products in Texas starting next year. So this was Texas. Alex, are you there? Alex, are you there?
Yeah. Hey, Nina.
All right. So, dude, did you hear about this?
The THC thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I did hear a little bit about it. It was.
What is it, dude? I mean, I'm not saying that you, with a man bun, you kind of look like you smoke a joint every now and then. But I mean, I'm not against it. I mean, if you know, it depends who I'm hanging out with. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. But what is this? So, like, a bill that would ban nearly all THC products in Texas is set to take effect next year. President Donald Trump signed the federal hemp bill into law as part of the spending bill that reopened the federal government this week. So, what is going on here? Does that take out CBD and everything?
So there's two things. There's two markets that are that exist in the United States. There's the cannabis, the THC market that comes from cannabis, like actual weed plants. Then there's also the hemp market, so where they grow hemp, and it's not subject to the same kind of regulations as cannabis, but you can grow it, and then they can use extraction processes that can still pull the tiny little bit of THC that's in the hemp, because it's a much lower percent than a cannabis plant. They can still extract that and then concentrate that small amount into gummies, into different
right. So they're not
edibles
allowed to
and
do
things
that
like
anymore?
So I guess what part of this, the funding bill that got passed to end the shutdown included a provision that basically outlaws these kind of products. So it was sort of like
I'm not on board with that, dude. I'm not. I think people benefit from this stuff.
Yeah.
This is going to help the pharmaceutical companies, man. That's what this does.
Yeah, so it's been an issue because it's the problem is it's a gray area, and so a lot of these products can be sold at gas stations and things like that, and I think it's access for that children and the youth can have to it that they're trying to crack down on. Maybe it's the regulation. And I mean,
I understand that it's a gateway drug, whatever. I'm not for smoking weed. I'm not at all. I'm not with that. Whatever, dude. But I'm just saying there's other qualities of this plant that have, there's other parts of this plant that have good qualities for human beings. I'm just saying this seems like a little extreme to me. I don't know about what other people think here. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I've heard that it has a lot of medicinal purposes and that it could be used for a lot of healing, people with seizures, people with dementia. I've heard all kinds of things. And this to me is a jab at holistic medicine or alternative medicine, dude. Yeah, no, I agree. It seems like a step backwards in that sense. I mean, the drugging of it, over getting super stoned on weed or whatever is a separate issue. That's a whole different thing.
Yeah, which people, if they want to use recreation, whatever. But the therapeutic aspect of it, for absolutely. And so I think this is more maybe about the regulation. It might be about lobbyists from the cannabis industry versus the hemp industry. And so
I just can't. I mean, we got to be careful what we say on Fluff Tube, obviously. But I'm just saying I just think there's benefits here. And why would you just eliminate that? People are benefiting from this. I don't agree with this. I can't, whatever, take some good with the bad, I guess. Right. It seems like that's how it always goes. There's always something that gets lumped in and we're like, wait, we didn't want that. But it's like, Yeah. So. I'm not in agreement with it, but that's just my opinion. So it is what it is. But I'll tell you what I don't agree with is Marjorie Taylor Greene. Marjorie Taylor Greene hits back at Trump. I've never owed him anything. Republican rep Marjorie Taylor Greene hit back at President Trump on Tuesday at a press conference outside the U.S. Capitol alongside women victimized by late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Trump withdrew his support for Green, one of his staunchest allies, over the weekend after she criticized him and his administration for their handling of the Epstein investigation along with other members. So is she the one that kind of spurred or ignited the Epstein release? I was called a traitor by a man that I fought for 6 years. And I gave him my loyalty for free, Green said, referring to his social media post from Trump over the weekend where he called her Marjorie Trader Green. Holy shit, that's good. Oh, that's really good, I got to say. Marjorie Trader Green. I won my first election without his endorsement, beating 8 men in a primary, and I never owed him anything. But I fought for him for the policies and the American first, and he called me a traitor for standing with these women and refusing to take my name off the discharge petition. Look, she's been doing her propaganda tour on The View. They don't let you on The View unless you're changing sides, unless she's going to be mainly agreeing with The View. All right, she's doing a huge propaganda tour. I see her coming a mile away. I called her out 5 years ago, folks. 5 years ago. Man, I'm good at this shit. I'm good. But I don't know. I think let's see what happens. A lot of you may think this is theater. They're playing on the same team and they're just baiting everybody. I think that could be something. I don't know. The ghost doesn't believe that. I don't think Juan believes that either. So we'll see. We shall see. And in other news, folks, 𝗬𝗏 talks about this. He says our planet is getting hit with gamma rays, which are going to cause natural disasters higher in frequency and in volume that are just going to be hitting the planet like pummeling us. And he says they're going to be extinction level events. Now, I'm going to put this up tomorrow evening on YouTube. And then the big bulk, I think the YouTube video is about 40 minutes long. So he covers a lot of his bases there. But then we go into the 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏 and it's fire. And that's going to air tomorrow night on 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏 and YouTube. So remember, it's 50% off right now, all annuals. And you're basically getting in there for nothing. It's my Sancho Claus holiday package for you. You very much must like it. You are like the Sancho Claus. America's deadliest volcano enters unprecedented 72-hour tremor phase as eruption threat looms over millions. This is scary. So Washington's Mount Rainier has suddenly awakened and is buzzing with almost nonstop activity for days, stoking fears that an eruption could come soon. The mountain is one of America's most dangerous volcanoes, towering over millions of people in major cities such as Seattle, Tacoma, and Yakima in Washington, and Oregon's most populous city in Portland. Starting on Saturday, Mount Rainier has been experiencing constant vibrations beneath the surface, which can be best described as thousands of tiny vibrations blending together. The constant seismic rumblings were spotted by the Pacific Northwest Seismic Network, PNSN, where seismometers on Mount Rainier have recorded the three straight days of nearly nonstop high-energy seismic signals across the west flank of the... Well, what happened there? The constant seismic rumblings were spotted by the Pacific Northwest Seismic Network. Non-stop high-energy seismic signals across the west flank of this volcano. All right. There I go. I caught myself. Unlike the seismic activity tied to major earthquakes, the patterns being seen in Washington look more like a volcanic tremor, a type of non-stop hum or roar that begins when magma, hot water, and gas moves around inside a volcano, which could lead to an eruption. Oh boy, this is like all we need, right? So you remember Bull Pony's come on many times talking about volcanoes will erupt and earthquakes and this and that. Does it go with 𝗬𝗏 saying, yeah, the governments know this, it's coming, we're getting hit with massive amounts of gamma rays, and it's going to cause natural disasters. And who are they going to promote in all of this? Gavin Newsom, the climate president. So they know this shit's coming. They know it's all coming. My question is, if a volcano goes, I don't know if you all remember this a while back. I think it was could have been about 5 to 10 years ago. A volcano went off, erupted in Europe, and it screwed up. It got caught up in the jet stream. Planes couldn't take off. I don't know if you guys remember that. Do you remember that, Alex? That one volcano that erupted in Europe, and then it just black smoke filled the air, and planes couldn't take off or land, stopped all air travel. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it was in Iceland, right?
Yeah, dude, that's way out there. So imagine in America. I mean, how bad will this be? This could be really bad. And what if it triggers Yellowstone? I mean, this is serious. And this goes with what 𝗬𝗏 says on my programs.
Yeah, I think about the Mount St. Helens eruption. That was what, 1980, 81?
Yeah, dude. I mean, what's Bigfoot going to do?
Go through a portal, better go through the portal, back through the portal.
Bill Maher claims that he doesn't do stand-up anymore because he's afraid of being shot. Yeah, I guess that's now after Charlie Kirk. Yeah, a lot of people are scared of this. Bill Maher has revealed he stopped performing stand-up comedy because he's afraid of getting shot. The TV host 69 spoke about his 2024 decision to quit touring on his club Random Podcast, release money with guest Patton Oswalt. When Oswalt 56 asked what led him to giving up life on the road, Maher said a number of things. Just got tired of travel. Obviously, I missed doing it. Then he continued to speak about his concern about his own safety, saying, also, I feel like it was a great choice because I don't want to be out there in this country, in this political atmosphere. I could get shot by the left or the right. I mean, it's just a good time to step down. So, like, is this – I know a lot of people. Like, I've always stayed away from events. I don't like to go to events too much. Not so much because I'm scared of getting shot, because I have social anxiety. People don't know that. After boxing, I really enjoyed the spotlight and being in the ring. But then after it was over, I don't know, I developed this weird social anxiety where I have problems even shaking people's hands. I have problems with strangers approaching me. I'm always just like thrown off. And I'm a huge dude. Like, I'm 6'5", 265. Like, I have nothing to worry about. And I don't know. I just have this weird anxiety. I have a weird anxiety that plagues me everywhere I go. And especially when I'm in large crowds of people, I just kind of don't feel. That's why probably I used to like to drink. That's probably why I used to throw back a bottle of Jack. Yeah. Among other things. Boy, sometimes I really miss that life, but it led nowhere. And folks, I will be I'll be 6 years sober in December. 6 years. Look how fast this came and went. And a lot of you have been on the journey with me. So I appreciate you all that have stuck with me. It's been hard. I've been white knuckling a lot of it. I've never gone to a 12-step program. The most I do is watch YouTube videos of people that have a pathetic life of drinking and they're dying of cirrhosis or something like that. My sister died of that. So I watch that stuff and it just keeps me on track. But I do think about it all the time. Like, holy cow, here I am almost 6 years sober. And folks, not only alcohol, I used to take sleeping pills, all kinds of stuff just to get through the night. And I'm off all that stuff. So I'm completely sober, which is unbelievable to say. All right, there's going to be a problem. Wealthy California town moves to permanently ban pickleball. Now, I know this is a huge craze everywhere. Everyone loves pickleball. It's kind of like ping pong and tennis. Citing concerns. Okay, so an oceanfront California town seemingly custom made for pickleball has effectively banned the sport in its eligible public park. Citing concerns from neighbors over noise, the Carmel City Council earlier this month voted to make way for a permanent ordinance that would extend a temporary ban on pickleball at Forest Hill Park, a community park about 5 blocks from the main downtown thoroughfare on Ocean Avenue. Noise, huh? Noise? How loud can you get playing pickleball? I guess if you're drinking with friends and you're all out there playing pickleball, that can get pretty annoying for neighborhoods, I guess. But I don't know. I thought this was interesting. I don't know why, but I brought it to you because that's what I do. Next in What the Fuck News, and then we'll take Super Chats. Washington resident hospitalized with virus never before seen in humans. Here we go again. So a Washington State resident has been hospitalized and is severely ill with a strain of virus that has never before been seen in human beings. The patient, an older adult with underlying conditions, was hospitalized with a strain of bird flu in early November after suffering from a high fever, confusion, and severe breathing difficulties, officials said. They were first treated by doctors in Grays Harbor County, about 100 miles west of Seattle, before being transferred to an unnamed hospital in King County, where Seattle is based for specialist care. Lab tests confirmed the patient was infected with H5N5, a strain of bird flu previously detected in animals, but never before recorded in humans. Here we go. Where the strain could be determined, all previous human cases have been infected with H5N1 strain. Experts said the appearance of this strain in humans showed the virus's unpredictable evolution. There is currently no evidence, however, that this strain is more infectious or severe in humans than other strains of the virus. The case marks the first bird flu infection detected anywhere in the U.S. in at least 8 months, and the first recorded in Washington State this year. Oh boy. Oh boy. This case marks the first bird flu infection detected anywhere in the U.S. in at least 8 months. Jeez. Well, I don't know what you all think, but they start putting this out there, and you know where this leads. Could we go into another? I don't know. Pretty wild stuff, man. Pretty crazy. Let's get to some super chats, folks. Let's get to some super chats here. Kelly Paneski, you always come through. Saying thank you so much. Super sticker. Thank you. Dennis Ray, God bless Nino and family. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for the prayers for my dad. It really means a lot to me. Thank you. Samaj S. Candace is on fire, disrupting a whole plan. Ooh, yeah, I need to start watching more of her stuff. I'd like to know, is she going against Erica Kirk now, or is she? I'd like to know what's going on with that. I don't know. I haven't been watching it. I kind of burnt out on it. Samaj S. Thank you. Jenna Wana. Stand strong. Greater is he who's in me than in the world. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Rhonda Peterson, you're handling your stressful life like a champ. Love and prayers for your whole family. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's you guys don't see me behind closed doors. When I'm alone in my room, you don't see it. It sucks. It sucks. Trudy Handelman. Hope Tina gets out before Thanksgiving. I hope she gets out at all. I hope she just gets out. I heard she's real bad. It's getting really bad, and they're making the conditions the worst ever for her. Michelle Christians, thank you, super sticker. Thank you so much for that. Samaj asks, did your Superman of a dad also box Nino? No. He used to beat the shit out of people. I mean, I saw him crack a few people in the street when I was a kid. And he didn't take any shit, I'll say that much. But which was strange because he only put me in boxing for self-defense, but he really got mad when I started taking it to the next level. He didn't want that. He didn't like that. He's like, just do real estate, do business. Don't go in there and get your head bashed in. He was really against it, to be quite honest with you. But he still was my biggest fan, but he was against me boxing 100%. 100%. Justin Galuzia. Is that Gazulian? Galuzian. God bless you, Nino, your family, and our fellow Black Sheep family. Tell Juan the Magador blanket is amazing. I'll tell him. Hell yeah. Great. Thank you, Justin. Michelle Christians, have you heard any updates regarding ostrich farm that was taken out in Canada? No, I have not been following that. But if anyone here has, I don't know. Massacre of ostriches. I'll stand up between officials and motley crew of animal lovers and anti-you-know-what and conspiracy theorists led to the slaughter of 314 giant birds. Wow. No, I didn't know that. There's an ostrich farm between Tucson and Phoenix that you can go pet the ostriches. They're weird birds. CR710031, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Killer Ray 1982, pray for tea and people not getting correct news. 322 days sober here for me. Love you, big. That's awesome. Wow, keep going. So many people are quitting drinking. Lil John, yeah. Remember him? Yeah. He quit drinking. He said he had an inflamed gut. And he was 50 years old when he started drinking. So a lot of people now are stopping drinking. This is crazy. Never seen it like this, which is awesome, man. It's amazing that people are like finding the courage to quit. Yeah, the highs aren't as highs, or the highs aren't as high, but the lows aren't as low either. So you're kind of like in that middle ground. It's definitely a different life, but you have to resort and go back to just simple things in life, which is what I'm doing. Just enjoying the day, the sunshine on your face. I don't know, getting in a hot tub, go get a massage, just things like that you got to do in your life. Like obviously I've lost like most of my friends from death, jail, and just not hanging out with them anymore because we just went on different paths. But for the most part, life is different. It's a lot more toned down. It's a lot more toned down. And someone like me who is a adrenaline junkie and dopamine hits constantly and addicted to my vices and impulses, it's now a completely different life. So, but I'm enjoying the peace. I can sleep at night, and that's all that matters to me. I don't have to worry about going to jail or getting in a fight or getting killed. I used to have to worry about that stuff, and I don't anymore. So I'm good with that. Is that it, Alex?
That's it for today, Nino.
All right, man. What's today? Wednesday?
Yeah, Wednesday.
All right. So then I'll see you Friday. Maybe we'll bring on a guest. Maybe we won't. I don't know.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, man. Thanks, Alex, for joining me.
All right, thanks,
You're
Nino.
doing awesome work. Everyone give Alex a thumbs up. He does great work behind the scenes, man. All right, folks. I'm out of here. I will see you Friday. Oh, and don't forget, tomorrow, 𝗬𝗏 premiering on YouTube and Nino'sCorner.tv. It's 50% off right now on all annuals. You'll get great information. We're the news before the news. No selling out here. And no, I don't have handlers. All right, folks. And the new heavyweight champion of podcasting and the black sheep of broadcasting, folks.